So now let's imagine that we had a conscious infant who was choking that's now become unconscious. So if we haven't already activated EMS by calling 911, this is the time to activate EMS. But because technology now is so prevalent with mobile devices, we don't really have to worry too much anymore about not having access to some device that can communicate. If you have your phone, now would be the time to call 911, turn it on speakerphone, and allow dispatch to help walk you through the steps of how to rescue this patient. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and bare the chest to be able to reveal the important landmarks so that I know that I'm doing effective chest compressions when we get to that point. I also want to take a moment to express that it's important that we have a hard surface. If we have something padded like a really thick carpet or maybe a changing table with a pad, it may actually stop the effectiveness or hinder the effectiveness of the chest compressions, as the baby's body may sink at least a half an inch into that pad. So it's pretty important that we make sure that whatever surface the baby's on when we do the rescue, that it is rigid and helps support the baby's body while we do this procedure. So now I'm going to draw an imaginary line between the nipples and drop my 2 fingers onto the sternum of the baby. It's at this point that I'm going to start with 30 compressions that are at least 1/3 of the depth of the chest of the baby's chest wall. I'm going to do 30 compressions, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And now I'm going to put the baby's head in a neutral position or a slightly sniffing position. I'm looking in the mouth for any type of product that may have come up, but I don't see any, and we're not going to perform a blind finger sweep. We don't want to risk pushing the object back down if it's that far back, so we only sweep it out if we can visually see it. Now, I'm going to put my mask with a one-way valve over the mouth and nose of the baby, and I'm going to attempt a breath. I give a breath, but the chest does not rise and fall. So I'm going to reposition the baby's head and attempt another breath. I attempt another rescue breath, but it does not go in. So I'm simply going to repeat the 30 chest compressions. After those 30 chest compressions, I'm now going to look into the airway. If I can actually see the product in the baby's mouth, I'm going to use my pinky finger to actually sweep the object out with a hooking motion. So I sweep in there, and sure enough, I'm able to pull the object out. Now I cover the baby's mouth and nose with my one-way valve again, and I attempt a breath. Covering the nose and mouth of the baby, I put my air in, and sure enough, I see the chest rise and fall. That's great. Now I'm going to give one more. Chest rise and fall again. Once I have the airway open, if the baby does not spontaneously begin breathing again on their own, doesn't start moving or show signs of consciousness, I'm going to go right back into my chest compressions 30 times, followed by 2 small breaths, followed by 30 more compressions. And I'm going to continue this cycle of 30 compressions to 2 rescue breaths until EMS arrives, until AED arrives, or until somebody equally trained or higher comes to relieve me.